Welcome again, my student, to my next period number 2, part number 1. Today, inshallah, we are going to discuss together period number 2, and let's see what's the title. The title is Learning Styles. This is the first period. What about the second period? Tips for smarter learning. Tips for smarter learning. So today we are going to discuss together some tips for smarter learning. But what does it mean when I say tips? Let's see the meaning of tips. Tips means pieces of advice. Tips means pieces of advice. So we are going to have some tips, some pieces of advice. شوية نصائح for what? لشو? For smarter. Smarter means cleverer, more intelligent. So I want to give you now some pieces of advice. هناخد شوية نصائح. Why? To be smarter, عشان نصير إحنا smarter. Cleverer. In what? In learning. This is our lesson for today. Tips for smarter learning. Now, before starting, we have some vocab in order to understand our lesson. Let's move to this vocab. Now we have the word label. Labeled. Labeled mean called. Called. Called بمعنى يسمى أو يدعى. We have also details. Details. Details means small points. النقاط الصغيرة أي التفاصيل. Details. Adapt. Adapt means change. Adapt means change. Change بمعنى يغير أو يكيف الشيء معه. Way means method, and this is not new. Way means method, style, طريقة. Another time we have label, details, adapt, way. These are the main vocab. Now let's see teachers nowadays, what do they say about students and what do they use at the schools in order to explain their lessons. عشان يشرحوا, teachers uses methods, بيستخدموا طرق at the school, either visual, oral, using books, CD, written test. So they use different styles, different ways in order to discuss their lessons. And they label the students وبصنفوا الطلبة to clever and slow students. Who are clever? Clever who uses this style quickly and understand the lesson. Slow students who needs different styles and they need lots of time in order to understand. So they labeled them, بصنفوهم على هذا الأساس إنه في clever students شاطرين بيفهموا على السريع من هذه الستايلز, و others are slow وناس تانية هي slow, and this is wrong وهذا غلط. ما في clever و slow. You can be cleverer, smarter in learning. بتقدر تكون smarter. But how? By our tips. From our lesson we are going to have some tips. These tips will help us in order to improve learning styles. نقدر نطور من أسلوب التعلم تبعنا and to be considered as clever, not slow students. What are these steps? Let us see them for our styles. What can you do? For example, if you are visual learner, if you are visual, what are the tips for you? إذا أنت من النوعيات اللي هي بتعتمد على الأشياء المرئية. Turn notes into diagram, pictures, charts or mind maps. يعني على طول النوتس والتكست تبعك, الدرس تبعك حولي لدايجرامز, مخططات, pictures, صور. ممكن إذا أنت كنت فنانة وبتقدر ترسمي charts, رسم بياني, mind maps. أيضا ممكن تعملي له خريطة ذهنية. Also Don't use things around you to distract your attention. Don't use things. ما تستخدمي حاجات حواليكي زي الجوال مثلا تحطيه جنبك to distract. Distract معناها يشتت. Distract your attention يعني شتت انتباهك. إذن remove anything around you. Okay, also here look at general idea then details. لما تاخدي درسك في اللغة الإنجليزية ابدأي بالجنرال idea، خدي فكرة عامة then go to details وبعدين بتروحي للتفاصيل والأشياء الدقيقة small points I mean. So this is for whom? For the visual learner. Let's move now to oral and physical. Now if you are oral learner انت سمعي بتحب الاشياء السمعيه record lessons lectures. اذا عندك في درس في محاضر record it، سجليها على جوالك على المسجل and listen to it later. زي ما احنا هلقيت بنعمل الفيديو بتقدر تسمعيه مره تانية if you are oral. discuss ideas with friends. ما فهمتي النقطه هذه، ما فهمتي سؤال في الرياضيات، ممكن تناقشي مع زميلاتك الحل تفهمي اكتر. read text aloud. اقرأي درسك بصوت عالي كأنك بتشرحي لنفسك. Listen to quiet music. اسمعي لموسيقى هادئة خلال شرح الدرس أو خلال فهمك للدرس، ممكن يعمل لك relaxation فتفهمي. If you are physical learner، إذا أنت من المتعلمين بحبوا يستخدموا physical your body I mean your hands، take breaks. خدي فسحة، يعني خدي وقت راحة ما بين دراستك، بتحبيش ضلك قاعدة في نفس المكان تدرسي، ضلك خدي breaks. work while standing، وهذه كتير نصيحة حلوة. work while standing، ادرسي وانت واقفة كأنك مدرس بيشرح لنفسه. also study subject includes practical activities. ادرسي المواد اللي بيكون فيها أنشطة عملية. practical activities أنشطة عملية يعني فيها شغل فيها حركة. also learn new material while doing something active. في عندك درس جديد، مادة جديدة، material جديدة، do it while you are doing something active. تعملي فيها بتكوني تدرسي وبتعملي نشاط so you can understand. So this is the physical learner. These are the tips that we have in order to learn better if you are physical, oral or visual learner. Now we have here an exercise in our book. Let's see it. The exercise say, here are some more pieces of advice. Which type of learner are they for? شو نوع الليرنر المناسب لهم؟ We have some advice and you are going to say which learner, which style suit them. Do something with your hands. تعمل الشغلة بإيدك while studying. So what is this style? Do something with your hands. This is physical. Yes, it's physical. Number 2, use colored pens to highlight important ideas. Highlight بمعنى yes يبرز، يعلم، يعطي اللي هي الألوان المضيئة أو الأقلام المضيئة. So you use colored pens to highlight. So you are visual، بتحبي الأشياء المرئية الواضحة. Repeat material aloud. اقرأي بصوت عالي وكرري الماتيريال تبعتك بصوت عالي in your own words، بكلماتك انت بتشرحي لنفسك. So you are yes oral. Number 4, use flashcards. استخدمي البطاقات المضيئة when studying vocabulary. لما تدرسي الفوكابيولر تبعت اللغة الإنجليزية ممكن تستخدمي الفلاش كاردز، البطاقات باللامعة الكالرد. So you are visual. الانسرز موجودة حتلاقوها في نهاية الفيديو. تعالي نشوف مع بعض now. We have also another exercise here. Exercise number 2 for the new vocab that I have discussed. Replace the underlined words with these sentences with words from the text. The sentences are in the same order as the words in the text. حتلاقيها مرتبة نفس الترتيب اللي في الدرس تبعنا. And you just replace the word for each vocab here or each meaning. Number 1, there are several different ways of solving this problem. Ways Yes, method, bravo. If you are called a clever child, people expect you to do well. الكلمة المخططة عندنا هنا called means labeled. Yes. Number 3, she asked me for some pieces of advice about the best way to solve the problem. Pieces of advice means tips, okay. Number 4, teachers sometimes change material to suit the needs of their students. Change means yes, adapt, bravo. Number 5, shall we look at the general idea first and leave the small points till later? Small points means yes, details, excellent. So we have here number 2, exercise number 2, and exercise number 1. We have the answers at the end of our video. Okay, so we know now the tips that make us smarter learner, and we can achieve our goal to be smart in our learning. Okay, now we have here an exercise. Let's read it in order to answer quickly. We have some vocab which we have taken: adapt, details, tips, method, labeled. Number 1, students are according to their marks into slow and clever groups. Number 2, visual learners should focus on general ideas before. Number 3, learners should their study to their learning style. Number 4, our text gives useful to follow in order to improve our learning style. Number 5, each teacher has his in dealing with his students. I need the answers to send to me to our classroom. Thank you and goodbye for this part.